Oh, this is going to be a good one. Check out something that Adobe themselves could not fix, but we here at Markzware could, with a click. Grab some coffee, sit down. I think you'll enjoy this one. Hi everybody, David Dilling here on behalf of Markzware. We have a DTP file recovery service which we've had for years. It's been widely used. It's got across the board a 5 out of 5 star rating, and it's a very simple process to start to try to fix your bad Adobe InDesign or Quark Express or even Illustrator and PDF files. So it's amazing when you can fix something that's dead. I mean, it's not opening anymore, and Markzware's technology can recover it. But I had one the other day where I thought, I'm not too sure if we're going to be able to help here. Lila emailed us with this. Dear Mister, I'm asking you for a problem with an InDesign file. My file was damaged following a transfer to a USB key, and that's what kind of scared me. I mean, these are hard to fix sometimes. With a crash, you're really up against the wall. A lot of the other bad files we get in are having to do with, images and fonts which are corrupt, which end up corrupting the entire document, which we're relatively good at fixing, very high success rate. These sort of crashes are more difficult, but as always, we took a stab at it, no doubt about it. Our service is very affordable. For this recovery, I used our new standalone application, OmniMarkz. Simple to use, and as you'll see, the recovery was also simple. But before we show you that, I want to show you what happens when we tried to open the file natively in InDesign, the bad file. Let me show you what happens. We have InDesign, and look at the file here. Here's the bad file hovering over me right now. And if I drop it on the InDesign application, say, oh wow, look at that! It looks good, right? It's asking for links. Click. Oh, it's opening. Oh, look at that. Fonts. Oh, wait a minute. Boom. That's it. It doesn't open. That's not good. Now, let's take the same file. Let's drop it on Markzware's OmniMarkz on the application down here. You can also drop it on the window. And we first create a preview here. The file, get me out of the way. And look at that. Voila. It opens right up in OmniMarkz. That file that you just saw was not even opening in InDesign anymore, is now open in OmniMarkz right here on our Macintosh. Now, in the service, we do this for you. You don't have to worry about any of this. But you could also purchase the OmniMarkz product and have this capability in your toolbox of tools when needed. Obviously, a file going bad is something you need fixed right away. And there's many other options in OmniMarkz to convert to other file formats, to export to PDF, to do all kinds of stuff with your file, to get a full inventory of what's used or missing in your file, and a lot of information. Isn't that amazing? We get a full overview of the file. We see that it's now at least previewing for us in OmniMarkz, which is a step further than where we were with InDesign. We get, all information, all file inventory on colors, fonts, and images, and of course, full file info and page information, etc. But what's interesting is we have some missing fonts. It's not so crazy. It's not my file. We have permission from the customer to show this, by the way. But if we click, we see an unknown problem that probably has something to do with the crash. So the image got maybe even further corrupted, or at least the link. Swap it out, and we have a little notes section here. You say swap out this image. I'd actually say relink this image. Remove and replace. There's another thing here. They have a lot of embedded files. Well, not that many, but I like to stay away from embedded files. Try not to embed. In this case, it's not the problem of the corruption, but we see files where you embed too many images, like you get like a gigabyte size InDesign file. It goes corrupt sometimes, and that's not what you want. The bigger the file, the harder it falls. So you want to give some tips like that. You just do that in the notes section here in OmniMarkz. So this is all just the click with OmniMarkz. With the service, of course, we do this for you, and then what we do is we just basically go here, export, and we export the IDML for you. You can extract all the images used In this case, I wouldn't for the customer because they have them, but I will for this so you can see how it does it. We linked to low-res. So now when I hit export, it actually exports this full content, this full page layout for us as IDML. And now when I see the IDML here, you'll see that we get all the images extracted at resolution used. And we get the IDML file. So now when I take this and drop it on InDesign, now we get this again. So it's like, okay, let's see what happens. Skip. And you see right away that it looks different. We're getting the actual information on the fonts. And there, the file is 100% opened. Cool layout, by the way. And yeah, I don't have the font, so you see they're missing, but pretty amazing, huh? See here, we show you the colors used, which matches nicely with the color palette over there. Anyway, neat. So that's how you can fix a bad InDesign file with the Markzware DTP file recovery service. Or if you want to get the tool OmniMarkz, you can do it yourself and then have other possibilities like taking InDesign and say like, well, I want to open this in Affinity Publisher or Adobe Illustrator or Quark Express, or I want to export this without having InDesign open to a PDF, or just export the text story stylized to HTML even. But if we click, for instance, open an Affinity Publisher, we actually open up the file in an Affinity Publisher. And a lot of people are dabbling with Affinity Publisher because it's a less expensive option. It's going to take a moment to open because the Affinity engine is different than InDesign's engine. Actually, it goes pretty quick. Look at that. Boom. They even give you a little flight check action. But look at that. That InDesign file is now right up here in Affinity Publisher, ready to be worked on and used. So pretty neat how you can transform with OmniMarkz your page layout to different formats and use it to help you like you just saw fix bad files. All right, so you saw how amazing it is to take a file that effectively is no longer opening, and our OmniMarkz, our DTP file recovery service, fixes it, brings it back to life again. But let's hear it from our customer's mouth in this case. And here's what she had to say. Dear David, I downloaded the file yesterday, and eureka! The file opened, and I recovered everything. You saved me 6 hours of work. 6 hours. I use InDesign every day for my work. I'm a freelance graphic designer and live in Rennes, France. A beautiful place, by the way. I mainly offer the layout for my clients. The document you have is a training brochure for associations. You've done me a great service because without you, I would have had to redo everything. And you are apparently stronger than Adobe itself because I sent the file to them and they said it was unrecoverable. That's the most amazing thing I took out of this video as someone from Markzware. Amazing. Adobe, send them to Markzware. We'll help them out. It was a trying experience, but in the end, I'll be more careful with my InDesign files in the future. Do not hesitate if you have any further questions. Have a very nice day. Yeah, you too. Thank you for sharing the feedback. That's very, very handy to know. Once again, whenever transferring stuff to external drives, be careful. Always make backups of your work. Do an export, a save as to IDML as a form of a backup. That's very handy. OmniMarkz, tools like OmniMarkz, I mean, our service is great. We're there to help you. But instead of having to pay 150 or 200 euros to get it fixed, pay about the same price and have yourself OmniMarkz. It's just out, and it's just amazing. It combines all three of our Markz line conversion products into one. It gives you the preview, gives you the file inventory, and allows you to take your files and convert them to many other file types as well. So it's really, really amazing. It's got all kind of automations, etc. So anyway, that was our DTP file recovery service video of today. We appreciate Lila for letting us use her file and her statement. Very interesting to hear. And this is David DeLink from Markzware wishing you a great day and happy holiday season. All right, take care.